Hello to all traders and welcome to this Friday's Market Insights video provided to you by Orbex. Here is the 24th of April today, Friday. Probably expecting some end of week flows to kick in anyway. Now, I've been looking at the equities lately. First of all, we have corporate earnings that have started on Monday, right? And that's going to continue for the weeks to come. I don't really think the results are going to be as good as expected, obviously, because of the coronavirus. And I do also expect the next quarter to be even worse. However, we've had the equities, of course, declining, not just on the poor earnings, but also because of the coronavirus drug that was supposed to be tested. Actually, no, it was tested and the tests failed. So this didn't go down well as planned. The first trial, at least, it was flop. It was a flop, and that, of course, is supporting now the equities move to the downside, despite the fact that the U.S. Congress passed a bill of another 450 billion around 480, if I'm not mistaken, billion for small businesses, to support small businesses. Although this is good for equities, could be considered as good. The U.S. jobless claims jumped as well, so we saw that being actually offset by the jobless claims. Now, I wanted to go ahead and start with the S&P, and then I'm going to move to the U.S. index. Now, on the S&P, we've been talking about this move to the upside being a correction, right? We've talked about an ABC, that is a W, another ABC, which is the X, and it looks like we're going for the other ABC down now. We are in the minor degree. I see this as a leading triangle. So this is wave A and this is wave 2. I'm sorry, 1 and 2. So we're gonna get 3, 4, and 5, and this is where intermediate wave 1 will be. So intermediate wave 1 is obviously the first part of the primary wave A that is going to be down here, right? So I see this move to the downside, actually reaching out to below 2000 levels, that's for sure, maybe 1700s or whatever. I mean, we'll get to the levels a little bit later, but for now, for the moment, I'm looking at the 100 Fibonacci extension between waves 1 and 2 to take out wave 3. I mean, but usually a respected move would be down to the 161. So I'm expecting wave 3 to come around that level. Then wave 4 to come potentially to the T26 or so. And then wave 5 to go anywhere between the 2 and the 2618 to the 2398. Okay, that will be for me wave 1. So in the short term and medium term, I'm expecting this move to the downside, this actually to become a multiple degree impulse to the downside. That will be the minute level, of course, right? So I'm expecting wave 1 is done. I'm expecting wave 2, and then wave 3 is going to break below the previous low. Okay. In case, of course, this doesn't happen, then it means that most likely we're going to move to the upside, because this could, I mean, if we don't see this as a leading triangle, because it looks corrective, it looks like most likely going to continue higher. But the chances for this are not many. And I only say that because the Fibonacci extension of waves A and B to the 2888 is exactly where prices came up to, right? And this is the extension for wave C, the 100 Fibonacci extension. Now, if we break above that level, it means that, I mean, we could go anywhere higher. But since this is, 100 is very well respected, then I don't really think we're gonna head high. I mean, if we do, we can go to the 97, like 3K or so. If we move higher, then we can go even up to the 3170, which makes another good level as well. Okay. Now, on the US index, as I said, we saw them moving inversely correlated yesterday. So I'm seeing the index going up, and however, this move looks impulsive, looks corrective, right? So we talked about this being 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? However, since we are seeing this move now being stopped down here, the previous low of B, right, and moving up, and this move to the upside is corrective, then we've got to consider this as a complex correction, right? And that means wave 4 is here, and that becomes in W, X, and a Y. Now this Y level, in order to maintain this impulsive bearish move, right, we need to remain below 101.10. And this is wave 1 low, right? So because I'm seeing this still pretty much just playing around here with volatility levels being a little bit elevated, and activity being maintained around these levels below the 100, I believe, and around the 100, let's say, I believe we're going to get another move to the upside, quite sharp, to take out the 101.1 and then move higher for wave 5. This wave 5, of course, will be primary wave 1, and then we should be looking for prices to move lower. Now, the Fibonacci extension took us to wave 3 as the 200 Fibonacci extension. That's why I believe wave 5 is going to end anywhere below the 98. We could go to 96.83, even down to 96.09 if we assume that wave 1 and wave 3 are identical. So for short term, I'm looking for more upside for the US dollar index, and the medium term, we're looking at this the index to move downwards. That will be for the day. Have a nice week, and I will speak to you again on Monday.